except the mayor. And you would all stand and join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brad, are there any presentations tonight?
There are no presentations, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or changes to the agenda?
There are none.
Okay, then we are at public comments. Comments received from the public may be placed on a future meeting agenda for consideration. Are there any public comments tonight? Please step to the podium and give us your name and address.
My name is Steve Sewer. I live at 13789 Knollwood Drive. And my comments tonight are, I'm going to back up a little bit. When the construction started, I don't know why it happened, but it did. For some reason, there were 5 ditches dug on Knollwood Drive, our property being one of them. They just showed up and started digging. We have never had a water problem there. No, we've only been in the house for 2 years, but there's never been a problem. The house is probably 23 years old now, and the previous owner never had any issues with it. The water that did come in did not stay on the street. It ran down in it. There was a slight slope on it. Now there's a ditch. So consequently, we have standing water all the time now on both sides of the driveway. And part of the cause of that is, to back up a little bit, I did try and find out, okay, who was in charge, who made this decision, and why did you only choose 5? Because there were others that had about the same gentle slope that we had that weren't touched. So they did the 5 and then they were gone, they pulled up. My wife went up to talk to one of the guys out there from Chantel. She said, why are you doing this? We've never had a water issue, and he says, you will now. Well, he was right. He was absolutely right. Part of the problem is it can't drain, because what got put back in there for fill was a mixture of clay and dirt. We were told it was gonna be black dirt that was gonna get put back in there. And I've been talking back and forth with Alex for, over a month now, probably. And so far, it's been pretty calm. But there still is no resolve. You know, the first one was, wait till the grass comes in and it's gonna look a little better. I should ask you, did you share the photos with them? Yep. Okay. He does have photos that I took on different days. And on a lot of days, there's anywhere from 4 to 5 inches of water in that ditch, where we never had any before. Number one, we feel like it's too deep, and mine's not the worst one. Dr. Mangini, who could not be here tonight because of a family thing going on, his is terrible. It is, I mean, bad. He buried a 4-wheeler in it, couldn't get it out. It's clay in there. Now, I grew up in Duluth. I understand clay, I understand sand, because it's all clay up there. And it just doesn't work. You don't get the drainage that we had before. And we could have a downpour, and within 20 minutes, that water was down in. It never did build up on the road. It was always, it sloped down in, and in 20 minutes, it was soaked in. And having lived in Baxter 14 years when I first moved here, I understand sand. Baxter is sand. If you don't get that, you know, then you have it beyond your topsoil. So it is a problem. We try our best to maintain. We're very proud of the piece of property. We love living in Baxter. You know, this is my second time around living in Baxter. But I've been in the area 46 years. So, but the main issue is, okay, what's the result? Alex and I have talked today for a while, and he said we are going to come in and, correct me if I'm wrong, mix some sand up and get it so that drainable, but the problem is it's still about 5 to 6 inches deeper than what it really needs to be and what it was before. And there's many of them on there that have less of a slope than, I mean, ours is a ditch, it's not a slope anymore, it is a ditch. And it does fill up with water. And two of the pictures in there in particular, you can see that the water's over about a 30-foot area, about 3 or 4 inches deep. It takes 3 days for it to get down. I've been attempting to mow the new grass that the seed that was put in, that the city put out there, and almost got the riding lawnmower stuck in there. But I was going just fast enough that I got past the mud hole, because even though the water's gone, it's still mud. Grass is never gonna grow there, because grass does not grow under standing water. So, and that's the issue on both sides. We cut our watering down, because last year we put a sprinkler system in, overseeded the yard, because it was really in tough shape when we bought the house. And, you know, because again, we take pride, you know, in doing that, we'd like it a nice yard, plain and simple. But that's not happening, it's just flat out not happening right now. And so, what we would like to see done, and I don't know if what Alex had suggested is going to work or not work. I guess we'll find out at that point. I'm at a point where I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But if it's not, still doing the same thing, and suddenly we just still have a drainage problem there, then something else needs to be done. My idea of it would be because the clay is a big part of the problem, simply because process of elimination, we've eliminated what the other problem could be. Plain and simple, it's the clay that's in there. Dig a trench right out of the center of it, about that wide, fill it up with sand, and then get your topsoil and stuff on, because what was put on there isn't topsoil anyhow. Not in my opinion, and all topsoil I've ever seen is black in color. It's not brown, it's not red, it's not gray, it's black. And God knows I put enough of it on there to get that lawn back in shape. After we put a sprinkler system in. So I mean, we're here to stay, plain and simple. This is probably the last home that we will live in. And we would like to have it without that drainage issue that we've got going on out there. And again, the water there, I know you don't want standing water on the blacktop. That'll never happen. It didn't before with the old blacktop in there. It won't with the new stuff, because there is a crown there and there's enough of a slope on the shoulder part of it right down into the ditch.
Okay.
My attitude
When
is.
is that gonna be done?
Go ahead.
You can finish.
Oh.
So I can stand up and talk after,
Okay.
Yeah.
if you prefer.
Yeah, and I know he's got it in a plan. I don't know the date or time or anything, but from what we talked about, it's supposed to be soon. So, that fair to say that? Okay. I know he's a reasonable person, and I'm trying my damnedest to be. But,
Well, we appreciate that.
yeah. Well, I just want it done. You know, just fix it. You know, the city created that problem. Now fix it. Plain and simple. And you'll find that the other four feel the same way, because of family stuff and one of them being out of town. They just couldn't get here tonight, so I thought, well, I'm going.
Sure.
I'm retired. I got the time. Other than that, no. Like I said, we love living where we're at. We don't plan on moving in the near future. We just want the problem fixed. And even if you went back to where the cut was in the lawn when they dug the ditch up, and just sloped it back up gently. There's 2 doors down from us that has the same kind of slope we had before, and it was never, ever an issue. Well, now it is. It's either that or I'm gonna apply for a permit for a minnow pond, instead of raising minnows. But Renee doesn't fish, so I'm kind of.
As long as you don't make that a commercial venture.
No, no more commercial stuff. I already own commercial property in Brainerd, so, and rentals on Lake Superior, so I'm good. I got enough property, I don't need it anymore. But Renee happens to be my old next door neighbor, so. But anyhow, that's pretty much where we're at with it, and I know that the other 4 families feel the same way. I know that Dr. Mangini is very, very upset about what's going on with that front yard, because he takes even better care of his property than I do. And Tim, right next to him, he's a retired Marine, so he might get a little rough, but he's okay. He's gentle as a lamb, I think. And so, 2 old Vietnam vets, we get along just fine. So anyhow, I guess I really don't have anything more other than, Alex said that yes, there would be a remedy. We just hope that it's the right one and that it does work. And we can get it back to where we're not having standing water out there all the time. I think that's all I've got.
All right, thank you.
I appreciate the time.
Alex, let us know what you're gonna do.
Yeah. So, like Steve said, we talked about a month ago, and the instruction to Steve was to just water a little bit less. Brand new seeding and topsoil does not actually require that much water. So he dialed back the watering, and I actually stopped by last week and checked out the spot that we had originally talked about, saw that there was a bare area, put it on my list to talk to the contractor. Each weekend I get a slew of phone calls, emails, and then the start, Monday, Tuesday, whatever the start of the week is, I compile that in an email and send it to the contractor. So that's what happened. It's actually already on their list to be done in the next couple of days. I was told tomorrow. I hope that happens. So this is a very similar issue that we had on Knollwood last year. Last year we had the boulevard that it was soft. People were sinking their lawnmowers, and we held a significant amount of the budget over through the winter and took another look at it in the spring just to see how it was doing. We made sure that we had it in the budget to go back. If we had to make any corrections, that's what we're going to do. We went out there when everything was dry and growing. The boulevard was nice and firm, draining well. This is what we expect to happen this time as well. It'd be there's the bare spot, so our goal right now is to scratch the surface, get some more seed in there, get that root base established so you can drive a lawnmower on it. When you have fresh topsoil and that much topsoil, there's six plus inches in there, you can't drive on it until you have that root structure. You will sink whatever you drive on. You can barely walk on it until then. I took three neighbor houses down, the doctor's house, took a picture of that. Yeah, it was driven through. I mean, it was fresh black dirt, fresh seed, fresh grass. It's going to get marked up. Contractor did go back and fix that ish. When I was there, I didn't accept that. They had to go back again and repair that even more. I don't know if it was driven over again. It didn't look nice, so we're going to have them go back and fix it again. If we have this issue still in the spring, then we would implement the plan of trying to blend in sand to break up that clay. I have had many conversations with the contractor this summer about their topsoil. We can have it tested. I've been assured that this is some of the best topsoil they have. You do want a level of clay in your topsoil because it actually helps retain that moisture a little bit longer. Obviously, there's the threshold of too much clay versus not. But again, this is the same topsoil that we used on Knollwood last year. Same issue. It heals up once that root structure gets established. You can drive on it. It drains well, and that's the end goal. We won't leave this a pond in his front yard, which I've told him many times. We'll make sure it looks good, and we're actively trying to remedy that.
Okay,
Thanks. Thank you.
thank you. Any other public comments? We'll move on to the consent agenda. The following items are considered non-controversial by staff and are recommended to be read and passed in one motion. Any council person, staff, citizen, or meeting attendee may request one or more items to be pulled from the consent agenda, and the item will be pulled and addressed immediately after passage of the consent agenda. Otherwise, the following items will be passed in one motion. Number one, approve city council minutes from August 20 of 2024. Number two, approve city council work session minutes from August 20th, 2024. Number three, approve payment of bills and finance report. Number four, approve temporary liquor license for Jack Pine Brewery for temporary liquor sales on September 21st, 2024 at the Northland Arboretum. Number five, approve the J.R. Furchie Inc. partial pay estimate number 5 in the amount of $53,528.17 for the Whiskey Creek Stormwater Improvement Project. Number 6, approve the SEH supplemental letter of agreement in the not to exceed amount of $17,500 for the Edgewood Drive traffic impact study. Number 7, approve the gas pipeline easement for Northern Sales Power Company on Outlot B of the Forest View Drive Trail Plat. Number 8, to accept the Parks and Trails Commission meeting minutes from August 26th, 2024. Number 9, approve the WSB professional services contract in the not to exceed amount of $34,917 for the Lauren Thompson Park Hockey Rink Improvement Project. Number 10, approve memorial bench and inscription in Mississippi Overlook Park and accept the $2,370 donation for the park bench. Number 11, okay. I appreciate that. I only got part of this. All right, number 11 is approve the Woodset proposal for professional design and construction services in the not to exceed amount of $54,900 for the Baxter Dog Park. Okay, number 12, accept the donation of 2 trees from Tammy Schultz to be placed in the Baxter City Cemetery by the Columbarium. Is there a 13 and 14?
No. 12 is the last item on consent.
Okay. All right, that is the consent agenda. I'm looking for a motion.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Is there any other business?
There is none, Your Honor.
Council comments? Connie?
2 quick ones. We had a new family move in just this past week from Alaska. Have 2 school-age children, and they were so darn excited when they saw all the roads that were redone in Baxter. They could not wait to get the road plates out. So that was a nice compliment. They're thrilled to be here. And the second thing, and I say this every year with the new school year, please be aware not only of the buses, the increased traffic, but even more so the kids who may be riding their bikes to school for the very first time because they don't necessarily follow the rules. That's all.
All right, Sam.
I'll just note kind of a similar topic. South Forest View is looking pretty good as far as so I'd say the overall neighborhood is looking significantly better than it did 3 years ago. And just note that I've walked by it where the row of new houses is going, and they're blending in well, and it's really going to add to the actual property value of the entire city when those 20-plus homes are built.
Great. Jeff?
Nothing, sir. Thank you.
My only comment is watch out for motorcycles along with those bicycles. All right, city administrator's report.
Just one item. I just want to publicly thank Police Chief Exton for his years of service. Those of you that are not aware, he has provided a written notification of his intent to retire on December 10th. From myself personally, Chief, thank you. 7 years. Has been a pleasure working with you. I wish it was a few more. But with that, I know we'll do formal goodbyes, but I just want to publicly thank you and wish you the best in retirement.
Is there a city attorney's report?
There is none.
I'll move that we adjourn.